All right, all right, all right. It is Tuesday, October 8th. Robert Saleh has been fired. It feels like the 49ers might have a little option out there. Welcome. It's the Damon Brew Show brought to you by Ike Sandwich. Today's live stream is being powered by BetUS, and it is awesome to have you here. Hit like and subscribe. Gets the algorithm to wake up. People start finding the channel who haven't found it before. Like, subscribe, oh my goodness, even hit notify for that Thursday night studio that is already up on the YouTube page. You can find it there. You can hit notify and be ready to go with me at the 2-minute warning Thursday night, 49ers and Seahawks. And we will certainly be talking about that. But we got some breaking news today because the 49ers got a chance to pick up some, defensive pennies from heaven, right? I mean, Robert Saleh has been let go by the New York Jets. The New York Jets are a clown show of an operation. I mean, that is decidedly a fact. Aaron Rodgers, I'll tell you, might still be a good quarterback at his age, even grading him on that curve. He's kind of an asshole. I think that's pretty obvious. You know, a couple weeks ago, Aaron Rodgers came off the sideline after a touchdown, right? He came back to the sideline and Saleh's like kind of broing down with him, and Aaron Rodgers gives them this shove. And he walks away with sort of a funny look on his face. And, you know, he went to the lectern, to the podium post-game and said, it's just the media looking for stories. It's much ado about nothing. Yeah, bullshit. We can read body language pretty easily. And it was pretty evident that Aaron Rodgers and Robert Saleh were not seeing eye to eye in that moment. And that ripple effect, what do you know? Coach is gone just a couple weeks later. Going to London. It's kind of like meeting the hangman. Coaches don't survive coming back from London. We'll get into that in just a second. But, you know, you fire a 2-3 coach. Jeff Ulbrich is going to be installed on an interim basis here. You know, he basically got to coach the New York Jets for 5.1 games. Even though he had been there, since 2000, his record is officially, 20-36. Is that what it is with the Jets? He really got to coach the Jets with a quarterback of Aaron Rodgers' ilk for 5.1 games. As Rodgers got so hurt so fast in that first game. 5.1 games is all he really got. Robert Saleh is in charge of the defense. That defense has been pretty damn good. It's the only thing that's been pretty damn good about the New York Jets the entire time that he's been there. But obviously, offensively, they were unable to overcome a billion different hurdles and an offensive line that is built to fail for anyone who would be head coach of the New York Jets. So, you know, it's a little bit of a pipe dream to say, bring him back. Can you send the plane? Jed York, send the plane, go get Robert Saleh. The truth is that would be very much the opposite of standard operating procedure. You've got a defensive coordinator in Nick Sorensen. You have his sort of, his what do we want to call it? His consigliere? Is that we don't even know what Brandon Staley really does here? It feels like just getting another voice in the room when through 5 weeks there is enough evidence that these two voices aren't getting the job done. It is left of center of an idea. And look, our friend, your friend, our pal, Mike Silver, right? Let's go ahead and get Mike. Let me bring this up if I can here. Mike Silver has already sort of rained on the parade of Robert Saleh's return to the 49ers excitement, saying, for the question that all 49er fans are asking, Robert Saleh plans to regroup, go on vacation with his family, and prepare for the next hiring cycle. When he should be in demand as a defensive coordinator, he has no plans to join anyone's staff this season should an opportunity arise. Well, okay. Mike Silver is well-sourced. He might have got that directly out of the horse's mouth. All I can tell you is that Robert Saleh was fired not even 5 hours ago. Not even. So, there's a lot of probably, here's what I'm going to do, and then I'm going to walk away and screw football, and I'm going to go be with my family. What's the one thing we know about every single coach who spends time with his family? About 3 weeks after that, they're ready to get back to coaching. So just because Robert Saleh says, not right now, doesn't mean That the 49ers shouldn't still call him and just say, look, Robert, we're not asking you to officially join the staff. You can be the assistant to the regional manager. You can be the defensive week-long overlord. We just want you to come on, put your eyes on things, give us some feedback, help Sorensen, help Brandon Staley. Just come on in and put your eyes on it, tell us what you think, and then go back on vacation. We're not saying that he has to have a permanent job, that you got to start giving him a business card or give him office space. He doesn't even need to wear any team gear. Just see what you can do to get somebody who's pretty good at defense to make a defense that is underperforming maybe a little bit better. He's obviously not going to be showing up before your Seattle game on Thursday. But this is something that I would put in front of Robert Saleh and make him turn it down over and over and over again. For those of you in the chat, either now or to a previous short that I put up about this, who've said, look, this would be a great way to undercut Nick Sorensen's career. This would be bad for Brandon Staley. Coaches talk. This is so unorthodox. You can't do it. I hear you. I really do. I don't think the 49ers can be waiting around for anything to be perfect. They got to go grab a really good idea whenever they see one. I don't think that there is a single player that they can add on this defense without making some sort of a big trade that is going to change things. So that means these guys need to get coached up. We have seen breakdowns in communication over and over and over again already in this secondary. So Brandon Staley was brought in to fix that. Really hasn't been fixed. Nothing right now is up to snuff. And it is a year where you are trying nothing short of winning a Super Bowl. That is the goal. I know that the 49ers are 2-3, and they don't exactly look like world beaters. But the team that you are in the beginning of October is not the team you are at the end of December. There is an awful lot of football to be played. There is an awful lot of corrections to be corrected. There is still a very good football team getting dressed in the 49ers locker room, but they have lost their way a little bit. Maybe someone who is familiar with the path, with the compass, can come back and just give some good advice. That's what I'm saying. Robert Saleh, right now, being installed as defensive coordinator? No. Bring him in as his official title can be, hey, just a really nice guy here to help. I don't care what you call him. I don't care what the title is. I don't care. Neither should anyone involved with the 49ers. No one should have their egos bruised by this. Your production hasn't been good enough for your ego to be bruised by anything, Nick Sorensen, Brandon Staley. Seriously. Like, I'm not worried about feelings. I'm not worried about uncomfortable. I'm worried about the Kansas City Chiefs. That's the way I'd be approaching this if I'm Kyle Shanahan. So it is a big, nasty, cutthroat business. If the man really doesn't want anything to do with it and he wants to walk away and sit on a desert island, I give that 2 weeks. I give that 2 weeks before Robert Saleh starts getting antsy. This is what all coaches do. They get antsy. The minute that they're not coaching in a football season, they're the ones who are uncomfortable. Robert Saleh's family, in about 3 weeks from now, is going to turn around to him and say, Robert, get back to fucking work. You're driving us nuts. It's the truth. So the feelings that Mike Silver is sharing with us here today, and I'm not saying that Mike Silver is wrong about anything here. I bet you Mike Silver is right about this. I bet you that's exactly the way that Robert Saleh feels about the whole thing right now as it is unfolding. As things unfold, things change. Give it a week. Give it 10 days. At some point, I would not be surprised to hear the news that Robert Saleh was seen in Santa Clara. Bring him in. Take him out to lunch. He doesn't need to be installed as anything. He needs no official title. Just here to help. He's like the trash heap on Fraggle Rock. Just, Marjorie, all-knowing, all-seeing. The trash heap is spoken. Meh. See what you can do. Yes, I am going through the first season of Fraggle Rock with Jack. He loves it. I'm getting covered in member berries. I used to watch Fraggle Rock with my dad. It's fantastic. Let Robert Saleh regroup. Let him feel a touch normal again. And as soon as he's feeling normal again, he's going to go, oh, man, I'm a football coach. I need to just coach some football. What could be a better feather in his cap for the next coaching cycle as, yeah, he's the guy who came into the 49ers and really helped turn their season around. He was a trusted agent. Sounds like a pretty good idea to me. Hey, thanks to everyone for being in here. I see so many names in the chat, so many of our regulars, so many of you who are already among the initiated. Thank you very much for a membership. Hit like and subscribe if you would, please. Nearly 200 people in the room and only 44 likes. That means your thumbs must have been broken. What's going on? Let's go ahead and hit that like button if you would, please. 49ers Seahawks Thursday night. Seattle's going to be wearing their throwbacks, their gray helmets. The Steve Largent memories will be a wash. Look, they're going to wear their silver helmets with the royal blue jerseys and silver pant combination for the second time and the final time this season on Thursday Night Football. So look out. Look good, feel good, play good. Those are dope unis. I got to admit, I would go back to that uniform full time rather than keep up with whatever this, new Seahawk look that they've been rocking for over a decade now, like 20 years now, actually. The old uniforms are better. We just saw that all over the Denver Broncos. Bring back those orange jerseys and those powder blue helmets. They're freaking gorgeous. Speaking of gorgeous helmets, by the way, boom, boom. Look at that Niners helmet. Look at the Pluce helmet. If you're interested in an awesome helmet, go to greengridiron.com. The link is in the description of this video, by the way, and use promo code Bruce at checkout. They got mini helmets, every college helmet you could possibly think of, every single NFL helmet, alternative helmets, and customizable helmets like you wouldn't believe. You can go over there and take care of your entire holiday shopping list with an incredibly unique gift. Check it out in the description of this video. Please, Green Gridiron. These guys are awesome. Their products are awesome. The results are awesome. They really are. Speaking of awesome results, you will find the results are awesome every single time you walk into Ike's. Every single time you walk into this man's restaurant, no matter which one it is, no matter where it is, you are going to find a great menu, a great staff, the right vibes, and it's love and sandwiches, baby. And what I want you to do is sign up for that Love Rewards program today. Do it today. You will be qualified instantly for a free sandwich. Your Ike Love Rewards program. Oh, yes, it is just there waiting for you. Go get some. You'll be very, very happy that you did. You will also be registered to go to a football game in New Orleans in the month of February that is going to be a big one. I don't know if the 49ers are going to be there, and I don't know if you're going to be there. If the 49ers would like to get there, they need to start winning some games. If you'd like a chance to get there, all you got to do is sign up for the Ike's Love Rewards program. Download his app. You'll be happy that you did. By the way, some of the promotions unavailable in the San Mateo, Redwood City, and Santa Rosa locations, but you download that app and you're going to spin and get a chance to win free chips, free sodas. You'll be happy that you did. My man Ike has something delicious just waiting for you. I'm telling you, our good friends at the Dubliner have a great Guinness. Perfectly poured. The temperature is right. You need a shot on that too? Yeah, here's a little shot. Here's a little sidecar for you. Check out my man Kenny and John just waiting for you at the Dubliner in West Portal. One of the best bars in San Francisco. You're going to walk in there. It's going to feel like home. TVs for the sports you're watching. The right, you know what? You know what bars need to concentrate on and they nail it to Dubliner? The volume in here. The volume in here is right. I can hear what's going on the TV, and I can have a conversation. Nail your volume, nail your sight lines, nail your Guinness pours. It's done at the Dubliner West Portal. Love those guys. Absolutely love those guys. And let me tell you, when you're feeling frisky, did Monday Night Football leave you in a little bit of a lurch? Well, BetUS right now is offering anyone who signs up on BetUS.com when you use promo code YouTube150, 150% sign-up bonus when you make your first deposit up to $2,000, and then 125% on your next two deposits up to $2,000. Using promo code YouTube150, start playing today over on BetUS. We will be looking at some odds tomorrow, talking about wagers we're thinking of for Thursday night and all that good stuff. But this live stream, again, powered by BetUS. Lunches should be powered by Ike Sandwiches, and going to grab a drink needs to be powered by our good friends at the Dubliner West Portal. Right now, the show powered by coffee, and I think it's time for the sip of the day. That was it. Perfect. Nailed it. We're underway. Robert Saleh, bring him in. Maybe he can help. Doesn't sound like he wants to do it today. Give this guy 10 days. 10 days. His coaching rash will start to scratch again. It'll start to itch. He's going to... Bring him in. Just bring him in. Say, hey, Robert, why don't you come on back to the Bay Area, see a whole bunch of friends, go to the restaurants that you used to like. We'll send a private plane for you, your family, your kids. You get free tickets to frickin' Great America if you need them. We'll send you to San Francisco. You can eat in any restaurant you want. Put it on Jed York's tab. You want to stay at the St. Francis, you go right ahead. Get up to the Drake. You got a penthouse just waiting for you. You and your wife can go have some nice hotel sex. That's always fun. Everyone likes hotel sex. Have a little fun. And then, oh, by the way, let's talk about the secondary and these linebackers communicating, because they're really not getting it done. And I know that Robert Saleh can't come here and wave a magic wand and make guys start playing well across the defensive line again. But maybe he's got an idea or two to spring someone a little more loose than they have been at this point. Again, this YouTube channel is free to the 49ers as well. They don't need to become members. I'm just asking the 49ers to like and subscribe. We got good ideas over here for you. And I don't think that it's only me saying go get Robert Saleh, because Robert Saleh is really not to be had. But you eventually should give that guy a call. Eventually. You know, Kyle Shanahan and him spent a lot of nights pouring over film together. They had some decent success together. Are they boys? Are they pals? Are they friends? Do they have a really good relationship? If nothing else, you're going to want to call your boy because he just lost his job, right? You go ahead and you know, you pick your boys up when they fall down a little. That's what you do. It's also good to be fired as an NFL head coach, because at the end of that transaction, you're a multi-millionaire no matter what. Robert Saleh probably doesn't need to work another day in his life. By the way, I got a little ant crawling across the top of my computer monitor there. See me wipe that off? There it is. Got to get rid of that ant. So look, you know, free ideas for anyone who wants to use them. Do whatever you want to with them. Another idea that the 49ers might want to return to, or a few ideas that used to work but seem to be appearing less and less so far this season. Now, if you don't mind me saying, the concept of small sample size surrounds us at all times. So maybe this number was going to improve, but you know what? At 2-3, improving right now, generating more points after you just got shut out at home in a second half by the Arizona Cardinals. Ideas. Do you matter where a good idea comes? Does it matter where it comes from as long as it works? And look, we're just asking you to return to what has worked in the past. A return to play action feels like it would be a really good idea. There aren't nearly enough play action passes. It's because they're just trying to like drop back on first or second down instead of playing a little skullduggery and looking to get teams to bite on play action. And this is not my opinion. These are measurable facts and statistics. And thankfully, our good friend Kyle Madsen over at Niner Wire did the homework, so I can just look over at his homework and copy the answers. But Kyle said, you know, in 2002, when Brock Purdy took over as a rookie quarterback, 26.6% of his dropbacks were play action, according to Football Focus. In 2023, that number was 23%. Nearly 1 in 4 of his dropbacks came after play action. Well, here we are through 5 games in 2024, and that number is now under 18%. Again, 18 isn't very far away from 25, 24. It's not, but it is less. And in this case, I don't know if less is more. Even though Brock is off to a pretty decent start throwing the ball around anyway, maybe you're not getting the separation because guys aren't biting on play action. Something needs to be a little different going forward with the 49ers. You know, Mike Silver, I'm going to quote him again, saying that he knows that the vibes are off. Well, when the vibes are off, you know, you listen to the music that used to turn the vibes on. Maybe you call the guy who had the weed that turned the vibes on. You know, the one time we had a party and we had a whole bunch of Modelo's, it went great. Now we walked in here with Coors Lights, it didn't go nearly as great. Well, then go back to the Modelo's. People like them more. You know, you want to return to the vibe, man. Play action. It's a vibe, right? Go ahead. Run more play action. It hasn't ever not worked. So expect to see some more of that. I think starting Thursday night even. I hope you do. I know a lot of you think that Club Pluce is a memory. We're going to Club Pluce as soon as this show's over today, and I'm going to get into all of these chats. I see Chef A is in here. I see our friend Martinez is in here. My man Smiley Dan is in here. Our boy Otis Bird is in here. Otis Bird the third. We got our man Nathaniel Richards is in here. Best kind of meeting other than not having one. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, baby. Yeah. Yeah. And look, no, this is a false flag too. Saleh will not fix everything. He might not fix anything, but he also might have 1 or 2 good ideas to smooth out some of the rough edges. And that's where the Niners are. The Niners are not far away. They just need to smooth out some of their rougher edges. The 49ers are not. You know, I've seen a lot of trash can emojis this week. Well, for the sky is falling crowd, let me tell you that the 49ers' odds of winning the Super Bowl have dropped. This past week, they have dropped. Not even close to bottoming out. The 49ers' Super Bowl odds have dropped to 3rd best in football. Is 2-3 the 3rd best record in the league? Well, thanks for asking. No, it's not. But the 49ers are still a pretty good football team. The Ravens are now 2nd behind the Chiefs in Super Bowl odds. The 49ers, again, save your trash can emojis. I'll agree with you. Have my own naked eyes through 5 weeks returned to me, my own naked eyes feeling like this is a Super Bowl team? Not really. No. As a matter of fact, they haven't. But the team that they are today and the team that they're going to be 8 weeks from now, as long as there's not some colossal, they weren't able to get their legs underneath them, bad losing streak coming up. And by the way, the gauntlet starts Thursday. Here we are. It ain't easy from here on out. So if the 49ers got a pair of brass knuckles, put them on your hand and start using them. And I think that they will. I do not think that this is a year to be flushed down the drain, lost to history. Not yet. Not yet. Get a little closer to panic buttons on Thursday with a loss. And then the Kansas City Chiefs probably beating you at Levi's. And then if you lose to the Dallas Cowboys before the bye week, you'll be in a world of shit. There's no denying it. We all know that. What if you win the next 3 games? Has anyone even considered that? Is that even in the realm of possibility that a team that is still favored with the 3rd best odds to reach the Super Bowl go on a 3-game winning streak? Is that inconceivable? It's not to me. I can conceive it. Oh, you know what? Postman and Capitola, always good to see us. The lighting is different in the studio today. It's because I got my overhead light on. I was down here working. Let me turn it off. Let me get a little sexier. Hold on. This isn't even like Club Pluce sexier. I just got to run over here and hit a switch on the wall. That's better. That's more normal. See? By the way, we break for Super Chats. Gizmo Maltese. Saleh was fired for Lebanon flag. What? Otherwise, it's crazy to fire a coach this early in the season. Same record as the 49ers, bring him back home. I don't know if it had anything to do with a flag or him being Lebanese roots in his veins. I don't know about any of that. What I do know is that the Jets historically are the biggest group of slapdicks the NFL's ever seen. So the Jets don't exactly fire guys mid-season like this. Woody Johnson, I don't think, has ever fired a guy mid-season since he has been the owner. But the Jets are, there's nothing that they won't fuck up historically. And let me tell you, Aaron Rodgers might still be a good quarterback, probably not great ever again, and he's kind of a meddlesome dick. There's no doubt. There's no doubt that Aaron Rodgers' fingerprints are all over this. So I'm not holding it against Saleh. And maybe Robert Saleh was a bad head coach. Like, I'll meet you out in the middle of the street and say, sure, he's a bad head coach. He was a pretty good defensive coordinator. And the only thing that through his entire tenure with the New York Jets that even looked like an NFL team was that defense. As a matter of fact, it was pretty freaking good. Now, is that all personnel? Saleh has nothing to do with it looking good at all? I don't believe that. I think Saleh understands defensive X's and O's, and right now the way the X's and O's are moving with the 49ers is not coordinated. He doesn't want to be someone who's running right back to the sidelines. I get that. Again, give it 2 weeks. Give it 2 weeks. Everybody, the vein, the needle just went in the vein. Like, this hurts for Robert right now. If I were him, I would be like, screw football. He's going to go to a beach, and just like me, within a day, he's going to be bored out of his mind. He's going to be like, yep, sand, water, beer in my hand. It's football season. I shouldn't be here. I'm telling you. Broken Metronome says, look, they've also been favored to win every game this year. They keep shit in the bed. Okay. Well, did you think that because you were favored in every game this year, you're going to go undefeated? You've lost 3 games. Now, 3-5, not great. I'm not trying to make excuses. I'm trying to offer perspective. It's just way too early in the year to go throwing a baby out with the bathwater. It really is. Everyone needs to calm down. Listen to Uncle Damon. He's covered a couple of seasons before. This is not all new to him. And if there's one thing I know, there is an element of 49ers fan base that flutter more delicately than butterfly wings. Papa J says, Damon, I'm hoping this catches on, but what do you think of using a lineman or a defensive lineman that can hold the ball in the red zone like the Bears did with Refrigerator Perry? Okay, Jordan Mason needs to stop fumbling. I don't think they should turn around and give the ball to Trent Williams. No. All right. Give the ball to Kyle Juszczyk. Give the ball to Patrick Taylor. Give the ball to Isaac Guerrero if he's done fumbling. No. How about just don't fumble? Dr. Giddy, 16V. Just picked up the Mrs. Birthday gift, a San Francisco 49ers Riddell Speed Mini helmet. Nice. I hope you used Green Gridiron to get it, man. Thank you so much. I love it. What else we got over here? I thought I saw another super chat. Again, we're going to get into Club Pluce in just a little bit. I want to make sure we're not missing anything, though. With your generosity always being much appreciated, so on and so forth. Boom, here we go. We got Anthony. Anthony says, Damon, pray for us faithful in Florida. My family, more inland Orlando, but still they got winds of it. So all I'm going to tell you is that my mom and my sister are right in the hurricane's path. My sister lives in St. Pete's, which is right outside of Tampa. My mom is in Sarasota, and the two of them are evacuating. So, yeah, I'm praying for Florida, Anthony. I'm praying for your family, too. But here's the thing. Don't use prayers. Use highways to get the hell out of the area. It's just a get out. And hopefully, all their stuff, your home, isn't damaged. But my God, I saw the mayor of Tampa essentially say, anyone who stays is going to die. Like, this isn't a hurricane that is coming to Central Florida. It's like a nuclear warhead that's coming to Central Florida. So get out. Get out, and I hope your family's okay. I hope my mom and my sister are okay. I was talking to them just yesterday and today, making sure they're getting out, and they're getting out. If you live in San Francisco, you're not allowed to throw any natural disaster rocks through anybody's window, right? Yeah, we're sitting here on fault lines. Things could go wrong big time at any time. But what we also know is that these hurricanes are coming to Florida now. Like, it used to be you'd get one of these, two of these a year. It feels like you get one of these every other week now in Florida. At least you get a warning. At least you can see it coming. Tornado warnings, you get them. Hurricane warnings, you get them. There's really not a lot of warnings for earthquakes. So again, we're sitting here on fault lines in the Bay Area. And one of the reasons why the Bay Area is one of the most beautiful places in the world is because of these fault lines. Indiana Jim, happy that we got the lighting right, by the way. Thank you, Indiana Jim. Look, I'm just telling you. I am telling you right now, there's no avoiding danger. But when you get a warning, you might as well heed it. So everybody in Florida, stay safe indeed. Niners wearing the all-white throwbacks. Yeah, I like that. Look good, feel good, play good, man. Nice and clean. I love that all-white look. I really do. Love it, love it, love it. You want a criticism, though? Everybody wants to sort of kick Kyle Shanahan when it feels like the season's a little down in the dumps. Well, here we go. I saw this from Josh Dubow. This is a Dubow bomb if there ever was one. The most losses in regular season and playoffs for a coach in 49ers history after leading a game by 10 or more points. Well, it happened to Buck Shaw 6 times. It happened to Steve Mariucci 6 times. It happened to Dick Nolan 8 times. It happened to Bill Walsh 8 times. It's happened to Kyle Shanahan 18 times. Oh. Look, there is quite a bit of Kyle's resume that is worth defending. That ain't it. That ain't it. He has more than twice the amount of losses as 49er head coach with a 10-point lead than any other coach in franchise history. Ugh. Again, I'm calling Robert Saleh. I really don't give a shit what Sorensen or Brandon Staley might think or how their confidence might be rattled or shook or what other teams are going to say or anything like that. I don't care. I don't care, and neither should anyone involved with the team that is right now not on the path to look like a Super Bowl champion, but still fancies itself very much as someone who could be in that game. How is a bad team that doesn't have a lot of personnel levers to pull on get better between now and the playoffs? Coaching. Ta-da! More coaching. More coaching just fell out of the sky. Just boom. Robert Saleh lands as available. Bring him in. Let him be a consultant. Coffee's really perfect today, I got to admit. It really is. Little college football news for you. And we don't know much about this story. It's certainly going to develop more over the next couple of days. But apparently a group of investors and ex-Disney executives have met with athletic departments and ADs at 30 power schools with a pitch of $9 billion of infusion funding as part of a 70-school football league. And they're calling this idea Project Rudy. SEC and Big Ten meetings. Today, tomorrow, this week, we'll be discussing Project Rudy. And all we know for sure, and we do know this for sure, is that whatever is best for the kids or the traditions that college football has been built upon will be the two last things considered in any evolution to Project Rudy. The entire sport of college football is now nothing more than consolidating power and money. That's all it is to the people who make decisions. Now, getting the Big Ten and the SEC to give up their incredibly lucrative current situations for another is going to take a lot more lucrative situation. So I don't know what to tell you other than the minute Indiana is undefeated and ranked, they go looking to redesign the entire chessboard. You pussies are afraid of us. Let's go Hoosiers. Or maybe I'm reading a little bit too much into that. We got a couple of big National League playoff games tonight. We got game threes heading to new cities with series tied 1-1. I know we haven't talked much baseball, and it doesn't feel like anybody's talking much baseball. It doesn't feel like anybody's really watching much baseball. There's not a lot of baseball consideration on my timeline. But I can tell you, the baseball postseason that baseball needed is sort of unfolding. We got big markets and competitive series here. We got Phillies at the Mets this afternoon. Former Giant Sean Manaea is going for the Mets against Aaron Nola of the Phillies. Dodgers at the Padres. I mean, you had Dodger fans all pissed off throwing shit all over the field in game 2. You had Manny Machado whipping baseballs into the Dodgers dugout. He seems like a piece of work too. Walker Buehler against Michael King. Again, every series is tied 1-1, so big game 3 in the National League tonight. We've got game 3s in the American League getting going on Wednesday. Guardians at the Tigers, Yankees at the Royals. Again, you got big names, big markets, big teams, good seasons, all wrapped up here in the postseason, competitive series, legitimate star power. If baseball doesn't have a good postseason this year, I don't know what, good postseason ratings they can really expect at any point in time going forward. Speaking of going forward, did you even care that the puck drops on the NHL season tonight? Dun, 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 dun. 3 games to start the season, and the first game ever for the Utah Hockey Club. That's what they're calling. The Phoenix Coyotes moved to Utah. They're going to give it like a year to pick a mascot and colors and all that stuff, but they're just going with Utah Hockey Club. Okay, sure. Utah Hockey Club against the Chicago Blackhawks this evening. The Sharks get on the ice for the first time this season. The Macklin Celebrini era begins on Thursday night at the Tank. They'll be hosting the St. Louis Blues. I'm here for a Sharks rebuild. I mean, you couldn't have torn it down to the studs any more and you got the number 1 pick in the draft, which they just got. So let's see. Maybe you'll be picking up a Macklin Celebrini jersey yourself. I don't know. Probably not. Little news from ESPN. For all of you basketball fans that are watching, a guy who's going to be giving most of you your basketball news this year is a guy that's been giving you an awful lot of basketball news over the last handful of years. Woj left quite a big hole in ESPN's basketball coverage, and then they went and made that hole even bigger by firing Zach Lowe and people who really know and can, talk about sports and aren't just flaming idiots,
But ESPN has lost its way. They'd rather have Kendrick Perkins saying shit to make people mad than Zach Lowe saying smart things to make people informed. And this is the problem with sports these days. It's just a bunch of stir the pot douchebags more than it is let me inform you as to what's really going on here. I can't stand it. It's why I've never watched less. Shams is good, though, and it's Shams' job now. Shams is going to be ESPN's next NBA insider and newsbreaker. And all I can tell you is that had to have been among the easiest hires in the history of network hires. Of course they went and got Shams. Shams has been right on Woj's coattails, if not better than Woj, for a year or two now. This guy came out of nowhere on Yahoo and cornered the other half of the market that wasn't already cornered by Woj. So, of course, Shams steps into Woj's hole, and good for him. He's really good at what he does. So, are you ready for a little Club Pluce? I can't wait to see what you are all talking about. Let's see. We are back here as far back as the timeline goes. Is everyone safe? Just checking for our Smiley Dan. Yeah, she's not checking on hurricane safety. She's checking. You guys, hi. Yeah. Let's see. JP from the 510 Club Pluce. Come for the chats. Stay for the squeaky disco ball. You know it, baby. We're going to head in there. But first, a little history lesson. You ready for today in history? But that's how far back we go on the timeline. We go to about 11:30. So if your chat didn't appear in the last 15 minutes, I'm not going to see it. Okay. Today in history. Born today in 1941, turning 81, Jesse Jackson. Jesse Jackson, born today, 1941. Born today in 1970, no relation, Matt Damon. Matt Damon is 54 years old today. Okay, sure. You know what I just saw? I heard the book was great, and I heard the movie was good, but I'd never seen it until I was sick last week, and I was missing shows and laying on the couch and trying to get rid of this head cold, which is still lingering. I got about an 11% head cold still. The Martian. I mean, really convenient that another rocket was waiting on Mars. Yeah, I that movie really had me until they're like, oh, by the way, there's another rocket that he can use to get off of the planet. I was like, okay, well, kind of bullshit, but the whole thing is kind of bullshit. But it was good. It was a really entertaining movie. It was. I'm Martian. 1.5 thumbs up. I liked it. I like Matt Damon. He's a good everyman. He really is. He's like a more modern Jimmy Stewart without all the stuttering. Today in 2004. Today in 2004, Martha Stewart reported to federal prison in West Virginia to start her 5-month sentence for insider trading. The thing that I like most about that story is that part of Martha Stewart's redemption arc has seen her team up several times in several different ways, in several different places, for several different shows with Snoop Dogg. And what I love and what always I think about it every single time that the two of them are together is that Martha Stewart has spent more time in a prison than Snoop Dogg has. I mean, that is just mwah, chef's kiss. So Martha Stewart today went to the pokey in 2004 for insider trading, and hopefully she saved enough money where she doesn't really give a shit about those 5 months anymore. By the way, speaking of bad girls, one of the ultimate Midwestern bad girls, well, it really wasn't her, it was her cow, but Mrs. O'Leary's cow on this day in 1871 started the Great Chicago Fire. Oh, in the barn of Patrick and Catherine O'Leary. It's amazing how Patrick pretty much dodged any and all culpability in the Great Chicago Fire. It all is laid on the the mantle of Mrs. O'Leary. It started a fire in Chicago that burned for 48 hours, 2 days. A large part of the city was gone when that fire was put out. So there you go. Mrs. O'Leary and her cow. Way to go. I am out of coffee, which means we are out of show. We're all out of history. We're all out of Saleh speculation. We're all out of telling you what you need to do on Thursday night. You need to go up and win in Seattle. How that might happen, I'm sure Larry Krueger and I will be discussing it on Wednesday's Wake Up. What I'd like you to do is check out my YouTube page and find out for yourself right now that you can sign up and notify and get ready for that 2-minute warning Thursday night. Seattle figured we'll be going on about 8:30-ish is when we'll probably be around the 2-minute warning. So I hope you plan on joining me then. The views for the channel this week have been fantastic. We are up in just about every measurable metric and category, and I thank you for all of that. I thank you for becoming a member. I thank you for being in this chat today. I thank you for liking and subscribing the video that you're looking at right now. I appreciate that. And all I can tell you is that you're my kind of people. And we got, hopefully, your kind of information and content coming your way. Much more coming up here on the Pluce. Meanwhile, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening to the podcast. By the way, the podcast is doing great this month, too, as well. Make sure you're signed up for the podcast. And I thank you so much for watching. Go to Ike's. Check out our good friends at BetUS for this promotion right here. YouTube 150, 150% sign-up bonus right now on your first deposit up to $2,000, 125% on your next two up to $2,000 when you use promo code YouTube 150. Bet on BetUS. You'll be happy that you did. Go get a sandwich from my man Ike. Go get a Guinness from my boys at the Dubliner. Go get your helmets from Green Gridiron, and you can find that link in the description of this video. And if you feel like clubbing, don't go anywhere because we're about to Club Pluce. But if you're listening to just the podcast, this is where we say thanks so much for listening, and please do remember that sports don't build character, they reveal it. And like that, whew, he's gone. Oh, there it is. America's squeakiest disco ball. You wanted it. You got it. Damon, what happened to Club Pluce? Is it still open? You still got your bar bill? Oh, yeah. We got it. My Rhino. Johnson fired Saleh because he wore a Lebanese flag on his sweatshirt in London, and the MAGA thought it was against Israel. That would be that would be a MAGA brand of stupid. It sure would be. I forget about any of that. I don't give a shit. We're not that stupid here in the Bay Area. So tell him he can wear whatever flag he wants. Hey, look at it this way. If there's one thing about the Bay Area that I know is we love the Lebanese. It's a joke on lesbian and Lebanese. Do you get that? Welcome to the Club Pluce. Yes, absolutely. Let's see. Let's see. How miserable do you have to be to not enjoy a beach? Broken metronome. Fair question. Good question. I just get bored easily. I need more than just I'm looking at water. I mean, I have fun with my kids. I have fun with my wife. But after a while, I'm like, all right, I'm like Chevy Chase in Vacation. You want to look at the Grand Canyon? Okay, I've seen it. Let's go. I'm a product of needing more information in my eyes, I guess. I'm not miserable. I just get bored easily. We got Anthony over here. This is Anthony. We've already done this. Thank you very much again. And yes, I hope your family's going to be okay. Just tell them to go, 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 go. Get the hell out of the about to be underwater area. This is DVCALC 1234. How many years ago Damon had the brilliant concept of the peak team? I'm still optimistic about this season, yet did peak team occur during the Super Bowl's fourth quarter and its slide is accelerating? Maybe. There's no doubt. Maybe. But you got to do something. I wouldn't recommend anybody giving up. You're way too early in the season to give up on it. I know Kruger's already talking about selling off. No. Let's see what happens in a couple weeks here. Everyone calm down a little bit. Chef A says, you better calm down, to quote a good friend, Taylor Swift, or shall I say Travis Kelce's girlfriend. I just watched an episode of Last Week Tonight from this past weekend. I didn't see it when it was live. I've had it on my DVR, and I finally watched it last night. And without criticism, just asking the question aloud, what's his name? The Last Week Tonight with John Oliver. John Oliver asked the question, what do you think it is Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift talk about? Well, what's that conversation? What do the two of them have in common? What do they talk about? In the quiet moments when they're just sitting there, they're having breakfast together, they're laying in bed together, sitting on the couch together, riding in a private airplane together, I don't know. What do you think it is Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift talk about? What is that conversation like? I thought that's a legitimate question. I have no idea. I can't even imagine what that is. Club Pluce, baby. Oh, people are excited that the club is back up and open. Yeah. Excuse me. My sister is in Pensacola. Is that in the path there? Get out. Get the hell out. Yeah, very scary stuff coming towards Florida right now. Very scary. I think Marjorie Taylor Greene is blaming it on Jewish space lasers. I'm going to blame it on the weather. Call me nuts. What else we got? What else we got going on? Yeah, global warming, just a hoax. Yeah, it doesn't appear to be. Okay. Doesn't appear to be. How that got politicized, I do not know. Oh, that's right. I do know. One political group decided that they were no longer going to, do the science. That's it. Science. Nah. What douchebags. Let's see. Damon just signed Matthew Wright to replace kicker Jake Moody. Well, look, we need Matthew to kick him true. Kick him right, kick him true, Matthew Wright. Indiana Jim says, look, man, just need to get the ball out quicker. I think defenses are taking away crossers and leaving him check down opens. We'll take it. Take it. Get the ball out. Stop cooking the grenade too long. When Brock was at his best, that ball came out lickety-split. We got here, Proper 49er says, bidding war keeps him out of 49ers' hands. Look, I don't know if Robert Saleh is coming back. Here's the thing. I'm not offering him a full-time job. I'm saying come on in, take a look at things, spend a couple days watching film, and you tell us what you see. Maybe it's something different from what we're seeing and can help. That's it. Just gathering data and information. That's all I would want Robert Saleh to do. He doesn't need a title. He doesn't need anything. How about this? We'll pay you $500,000 to hang out in Santa Clara for 2 weeks. Interested? Who would say no to that? Thomas Ward, you go, dog. I love it. Well, thank you, Thomas. Got David Campbell saying, I could care less about baseball. Dying sport. Here's the deal. The sport might not be what it used to, but I still care about baseball. I do. I watch baseball. I like baseball on my TV. I like to listen to a ball game on the radio. I guess I'm just old-fashioned enough to still care about a sport that doesn't really love you back anymore, especially A's fans. You know exactly what I'm talking about. But I still, again, I've got a hankering for baseball in my veins, especially in the month of October. Playoff baseball. I still like it. I do. Do I love it like I used to? Yes. No. I mean, that is obvious. My interest in baseball has waned without a doubt. But I still pay attention. And not because I have a show to host. I know, how about this? I know, absolutely know that there is very little interest in viewers on this channel in baseball. I know if I put up a thumbnail that is related to baseball, the video is born to do less business than any video that is born out of a football thumbnail. I mean, I know that. The sport's got problems. But you know, give me some freaking playoff baseball. Broken metronome. Hockey. I mean, I still like a little hockey too. I'm not clobbering you over the head with hockey. I mean, I gave, what did we spend 30 seconds on hockey? Did everyone make it through that? You okay? Go Sharks. Can we get a go Sharks for the start of the NHL season? Absolutely. Go Sharks. Maybe we'll have to get Brody on Thursday. Actually, no, Thursday we're going to be talking 49ers and Seahawks. But yeah, we got to get Brody Brazil back on the channel just because we need Brody back on the channel. And we will we'll talk a little Sharks with him. But not much because, again, I know it's an automatic tune-out for an awful lot of people. My Rhino coming in. Well, thank you very much, my Rhino. Athletic reporting. Johnson consulted nobody before entering Saleh's office and firing him. The GM in the front office was shocked by this. Woody is MAGA, didn't like the Lebanon flag on his sweatshirt. I heard that Saleh got escorted out of the building by security, which I thought was just kind of a odd way to treat a guy that was just the head coach, right? Man. That is if that is true, the only thing I can tell you about meddlesome owners is that they're the kind of assholes that preside over franchises that are like the New York Jets. It's unbelievable. That's, if there is truth to that. Come on. Increíble. Carl. I love this segment so much. Carl, I don't even know what segment you're talking about, but thank you very much. I'm glad you liked it. Glad you loved it. We do it for you, brother. Michael Diaz says right now, Matt Mayoko dropping some truth bombs about Wilkes' firing. John Lynch's idea of Ward on DK. Shannon idea. I got to look at it this way. I know that our friend Matt Mayoko, the Cobra, is now on YouTube like never before. I'm going to have to check out what the Cobra's released here. Maybe that is happening the same time we're on the air here, but I'm going to have to go and read the latest from Matt Mayoko to see what he's got. Martha. Now that's a great reason to send her to the clank. Unfair. Again, insider trading. How much insider trading you think goes on? And what, one person, Martha Stewart, got arrested? Little weird. Papa J, I'm not going to argue with you, brother. He says Kyle's lost games by not using the run game when leading. He's done this in Atlanta. He's done it losing the Super Bowl then. Will he ever learn? Can you teach an old dog new tricks? I don't know. I don't know. Regular Ryan says Snoop Dogg has become a bit oversaturated. More power to him for getting paid a ton of money and for doing close to nothing. But God, I'm sick of him. Can I say that? I'm the same way right now with the Kelsey brothers. Like the whole Kelsey brothers thing was a little cute, and then it went to, are we seriously doing this? Are we going to pretend that these two guys are like the most entertaining men in America now just because Taylor Swift is banging one of them? Like, come on. I like the Kelseys, but it's a bit much. Valve Oil wants to know, how did the cow start the fire? How'd the cow start the fire? Flipping cigarettes all over the barn, obviously. This is why you shouldn't smoke. It kicked over a kerosene lamp. Kerosene lamp, hay, wooden barn. I think you can see what happened next. A 49er fan said, of course Mike Silver is saying Saleh is going on vacation because he's not a 49er fan. Well, that would make Mike Silver better at his job than if he were some slapdick 49er fan. The last thing you want is a journalist rooting for the team that they cover for. That is some candy-ass shit right there, okay? You don't need that. The reason why I am valuable to you is because I'm not sitting there just going, yay, 49ers, 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 49ers. I'll tell you when shit's good. I'll tell you when shit's bad. Mike is 100% dialed in. He might have gotten that directly from Robert Saleh saying, look, Mike, I'm going on vacation with my family for a little bit. Of course, Saleh's pulling that lever right now. Again, all this is still coming out of the raw nerve. This is all brand new. So, of course, Saleh feels a little forlorn about football right now. I said, give it a couple weeks. Then see if you can pull on that lever. And Michael Diaz says that this Mayoko information is his most recent video on his personal YouTube channel. I am a subscriber. If you're a 49er fan, how you are not a subscriber to the Cobra? We're going to get the Cobra. By the way, I was texting the Cobra last week, and this week, because of the Thursday night game, means everyone who covers the team is very busy. They're traveling early. Middle of the game week screws up everybody's week. I think we're going to have Cobra next week, during Chiefs week. And if we can't get him next week, we'll get him during Cowboys week. And if that week turns into too busy for Cobra, we'll do it during the bye week when everybody has time to do whatever they want. So Cobra will be coming on soon. I'm looking forward to having him. I love that guy. Hugh Josky Bear. I bet you were at College game day on Saturday. What an incredible atmosphere. It was a blast. Unfortunately, Cal did step on their own dicks in the fourth quarter. They sure did. I thought it was a great day for Cal. Just a great day. Obviously, the game wasn't great for you. The ending of that game wasn't great. Had you won the day, it would have been the greatest day of Cal football, maybe in the history of Cal football. Seriously. But that was an awesome day for Cal. For just 1 minute, the city of Berkeley didn't look like it was being run by a whole bunch of just like, douchebags. It looked like an American town that loved an American sport like football. I mean, that was good. It was great for Berkeley. Otis is glad to have the Pluce back. Stacy in here for the flashing lights. You know it, girl. Stacy loves a dance floor. Chef A says, guess what? It's International Lesbian Day. Hug your favorite dyke today. I just high-fived myself. Sunny Dykes, Dutch Dykes, Castro Dykes, all kinds of dykes. Dykes on bikes. Love a lesbian today. Absolutely. Lebanese, do they count? Robert Saleh, is it Lebanese Day or just Lesbian Day? This is Lesbos. Thank you, Mr. Garrison. Love it. Love it. Club is open. Club is open. What do we got here? MAGA 2024. Steve, get out of here. We're partying with lesbians and cool people. We got the drugs. We got the weed. We're having sex. Get out. Carl saying, I fully agree with this on the beach boredom. Again, I like the beach for a couple of hours. But Jillian wants to like go to the beach and then stay on the beach. And then the next day she wants to go back to the beach and stay on the beach for like 9 hours of the day. And I'm like, enough. Enough. We're sitting down. We're staring at the fucking water. What else are we doing? Gonna go play in the water for a little bit? Great. Splish, splash, splish, splash. I'm bored. I get bored quickly. I'm sorry. I do. I need stimulation. Speaking of stimulation, Yo Adrian says, D. Bruce, I don't know if you'll remember, but when you first started this channel, my wife was 6 months pregnant. Well, fast forward now, my baby girl is 8 months old. Shout out Isa. Is it Issa? Isa? Either way, welcome. Is it her first time in Club Pluce? All I can tell you is that historically in Club Pluce, pregnant chicks and children drink for free. So, you know what? It's a nice day. It is the club. The bottles and Michter is just right here. 8 months old. Here's to you, sweetie. And your dad has great taste in YouTube channels. I can tell you that much. Ha-ha. Again. Woo. Yeah. We're out of coffee, so there it is. Yeah. Bars, better than beaches. Here's the thing, too. You know, like a white sandy beach, it's a lot better. My wife wants to go up to Tahoe this weekend, and like Tahoe's beautiful. It really is. There's a lot to look at. It's like you're in the Swiss Alps. It's gorgeous. But those are the worst beaches in the world. It's a rock pile. These rocky ass beaches, those are the worst. Just the worst. Mexican Mike says, I'm a conehead, just lurking in here. Well, you're going to learn things in here like about football, which you can't really learn over there. So welcome. This is probably all new to you. We approach sports like a few adults who aren't covering their first game. And the only thing I can say about Grant is let him do whatever he wants. Let him spread his lies and bullshit as much as he wants. I don't care. But if, never lettered in shit were an actual person, it'd be him. If a Nickelback concert were a person, it would be him. Padraig, Damon, have you ever been to Ireland? I've never been to Ireland. I have not. I was in the Czech Republic, Anthony. I hope your family is safe in Lebanon in future and your family will have food. Yeah, well, yes. Yes. It is my hope that everyone have food. Even people I don't like. I want them to be able to do things like eat. What do we got? What else do we got? What is going on here? Sporticus, a man who's been there, done that before. He's walked around the block a few times. He's probably worried about his Mets. He says, beat the Seahawks and the 49ers are tied for the best record in the NFC West. There's that. There is that. Wi-Fi wants to know, can I be a moderator? No, here's the thing. I think we got a chat that doesn't fall for the low-hanging fruit. Most of these trolls, they just want reactions. And a lot of people don't bite on the reactions. But, I'll show you what a free speech absolutist really looks like. Let people say their stupid shit all they want. They're just volunteering how useless they are to the to the conversation. Let's see here. What else we got going on? Robert Saleh, the consigliere. Hey, you know what? Maybe Robert Saleh wants a little vacay at Club Pluce. Come on in, Robert. Come on in. We'll take good care of you. SG Sports Channel. Hi. Hello. Yeah, Petco's going to pop off tonight. I hope that crowd minds itself better than that Dodgers crowd did. Man, that Dodgers crowd is full of a bunch of just dickheads. It really is. If you throw anything on a field at a baseball game, you should be removed from the game and your ability to throw shit should be removed for you. You should have both arms amputated. Throw anything on the field, amputation. I'm all for amputation. You know, hey, if Ohtani's getting near $1 billion contract, yeah, baseball's dying. No, look, baseball is financially sound, but the interest in it absolutely isn't what it used to be. Yeah, Damon, can't forget my first love, baseball. Look, baseball went from being the sport I like the most to the major sport I now pay attention to the least. But I haven't kicked it out of the club of love. Or maybe I should say we're just dating. Oh, yeah, look, man. Michael Diaz says Damon Saleh has made millions through the years coaching the Jets. It was totally worth it. Oh, yeah. Look, there's nothing better than being fired as a professional head coach. Like, this is good work if you can find it. There's no shame in that. And by the way, there's no shame either in not being the head coach that turned around the Jets, because there's never a head coach that turns around the Jets. That human being does not live, has never lived, will never be born. It does not exist. Like, right when you're about to think the Jets are going to do something, you have to remember, but wait, it's the Jets. So not a lot is going to happen there. I'm telling you, I can feel the excitement of the club being back open. I can feel the excitement. I'm glad you're excited. I'm glad you're partying. I mean, Club Pluce is, like, we need now, there's the main dance floor of the Club Pluce. Then there's the members of the initiated who get to go down into the basement of Club Pluce and do all the cocaine with the hot waitresses. And then the balcony is open for sex, like Club 54 or Studio 54. But again, I choose your partners carefully. This chat gets around. Broken metronome. Hey, man, Kelsey brothers don't make any sense. They're meatheads. And here's the thing. Meatheads have a place in the world. Meatheads are my kind of people in many ways. But what I don't need is a meathead doing a podcast, and then a meathead doing some consulting, and then a meathead on a broadcast, and then a meathead doing cereal commercials, and now more meatheads everywhere I look at all times. Like, it's enough. Enough. Less is more. Less is more. Sauce agrees. Damon, I'm a little sick of the Kelsey brothers things. At least Snoop has ties to Pittsburgh. Exactly. Taylor Swift, a bandwagon Chiefs fan. She's bandwagoning her boyfriend. That's, when you start dating a guy, there you go. Hugh Josky Bear says, Damon, is this version of IU football better than the Penix team? It might be. Yes. Yeah. Let's keep it going, baby. They're treating Taylor Swift like she's the mascot of the Kansas City Chiefs. The only thing I can tell you is if she were dating a 49er, if George Kittle were a single man and she's just into tight ends, the 49ers would be pimping Taylor Swift like their name was Fillmore Slim. Okay? I mean, any team that has a player dating Taylor Swift, that team is going to milk her for all the publicity they can get. One Taylor Swift tweet can do more to sell T-shirts to your team than probably winning a Super Bowl. That woman is business. That woman is box office. There's no denying it. No denying it. All right, what do we got here? True Blue says, Damon, got to run. I had to pee before the club opened. Now I got to hold it. Oh, no, bathrooms are plenty. You just go ahead and whip it out and pee in the corner of your own house. You should be fine. Damon, lots of dykes getting hugged in the Netherlands. Yeah, dyke it up. Isadora. Isadora is her name. That's a great name. Oh, no, have we frozen? How did we freeze? How did I just what the hell just happened? How did we freeze at the end of this thing? I didn't do anything. Why did this just freeze? What the fuck? Well, that's about it. I guess it was time. It was time to wrap it up anyways. I can't believe we end on a Frozen note. The Fillmore Slim reference was nice. Wasn't that a nice part of the show? Still got audio, but again, without these incredible... I mean, you're here for the light show, are you not? Damon, it was the Dodgers reference that did it. My man here is missing partying like he used it. Man, I miss the 80s and the 90s. Oh, me too. Greg Johnson saying, Elsa, Anna, Damon, Frozen 3. I guess that makes me, what was the name of the snowman? Olaf. Or maybe I'm the moose that came with the guy. Or is that a reindeer? It's not a moose. It's a reindeer. Anyways, it's officially time to let this show go. On that note, the only thing I can tell you is that it was awesome having you here. I'm glad you liked the fact we opened up the club for you. It hasn't happened enough. It'll happen more and more. Thank you very, very much. And please do remember, you don't have to go home, my friends. You just cannot stay here.